Welcome back to this week's episode with me, the Mindful Guy.
Hello, welcome to today's episode of The Mindful Guy. You're here with me, Anthony. On a previous episode of My Story, there was a topic in there it was about sexual abuse. I wanted to touch on this a little bit more. Now, this is something that had a big impact on my life, and it took a while to come to terms with it, accept it, and move on from this. Now again, we are not experts on this show. We simply talk about our own life experiences and the ways we have dealt with these topics, these issues, these traumas we have come across in our life. We will always recommend seeking professional help. Sometimes it's hard to seek that professional help, so we are here in the meantime. Reach out to us if you need help. There is many resources out there that we can recommend, or even if you just want someone to talk to, we're here. Now, I want to start this episode by saying it is never okay. Sexual abuse is never okay. It is never your fault. It's not your fault at all. Many times over the years, I tried to blame myself. Maybe if I was stronger minded, it wouldn't have happened. It's okay because at the time I didn't know it was wrong. It's my fault. I should have spoken up sooner. Now, in my case, I was around 13, 14, I think. I was very young. I'd already been through a lot. If you've listened to my story, then you already know this. Do not allow your own mind to justify this sexual abuse. There is no justification of it. It's not okay. Now, this part is difficult. It is difficult, and this bit I want to talk about is don't be a victim. It took a long time to see myself as anything but a victim of this abuse, because that soon becomes your identity. You start seeing yourself as a victim of sexual abuse, and you're not. You are you. That is your identity. Your identity, is you. Your identity is whatever you want you to be, or who you want you to be. You are not a victim. You are you. This does not define you. This does not create who you are. It may change you slightly, but that is down to you whether it changes you for the better or the worse. Of course, it is traumatic. It is horrible. Again, it's not okay. And it is not your fault. Do not blame yourself, ever. It is important to find the right support for this. Do not try and deal with it on your own. That's what I did for years. I dealt with it on my own. I didn't speak out about it. I'm now 35. This happened well over 20 years ago. It is only now that I've been able to talk about this so freely. I still struggle now, but I no longer see myself as a victim of sexual abuse. I am a survivor of sexual abuse. I am not at fault. It is not okay, and I am done justifying it, because I have done many times. I won't justify it anymore. It's wrong. Find support. Find the right people to help you through this. Be that professionals, be that family, friends, or even someone that has been through it themselves. By all means, reach out to me. In the description, I will add our email address. By all means, reach out. If you put today's episode in the About Me section of the email, so I can't think of the name of it now, in the topic headline, there we go, that will do. Nobody else will open it. Mark won't open it. He'll simply just remind me there's an email there for you. Use today's episode title in that email and it will just come to me. And I will help the best I can. The next recommendation from me is build mental resilience. Work on yourself. Work on your mind. Work on your mental health. Build that mental resilience so on the days where you might suffer more, you might remember more, and it might be easier to fall back into that bad habit of, it's okay. Maybe it was my fault. It happened because of X, Y, and Z. Those days will still come. But that's where the mental resilience comes into it. Become strong mentally. Know yourself. Know your own thoughts, feelings. Find your triggers. Find your downward spirals. Find ways around them. For me, I love cold plunging. So every morning I'll go outside and I'll cold plunge. Family and friends call me insane, but I love doing it. The coldest I've currently plunged was 0 degrees. I had to break the ice off to get into it. And it sucks so hard, but it's amazing. That 4 to 5 minutes of silence and suffering prepares me for the day. When I don't do it, I don't feel quite right. I feel like something's missing. For Mark, that could be meditation. For him, that's meditation. Sorry. Without meditation, he feels out of sync. He doesn't feel quite right. He feels something's missing. You've got to find what works for you to help adapt and to build that mental resilience. Listen to some podcasts. For me, I listen to a lot of Bedrose Koulian, Andy Frisella, Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson. People like that have helped me build a mental resilience. The next recommendation from me is find a hard hobby. Challenge yourself physically. Now, some may be more able to do this than others, but challenge yourself physically. Go to the gym. Go hiking. Go running. Take up a martial arts. Do something different. Now, I've tried many things over the years. I've done archery. Loved archery. Shout out to a friend of mine, Dave. I always kicked his ass. What can I say? He'll probably listen to this and message me and go, "Oh, no, you didn't." But I did. Whatever he says, he's a liar. I also did boxing. I loved boxing. I've done a couple of martial arts over my life, but boxing was amazing. Unfortunately, I tore my bicep tendon, so I never went back to it. I'm very accident prone. Just find something that challenges you physically. It will make you feel better. So you're covering your mind and you're covering your body. A strong body creates a strong mind. A strong mind helps your strong body. That's what I think anyway. Next and final one is learn to live again. Don't let this consume your life. Don't let this beat you down. Don't let this make you give up on life. Life is so much more than sexual abuse. If I would have let this consume my life, I wouldn't have my 2 amazing kids now. I wouldn't have my partner. I wouldn't have met her kids. I wouldn't have met all the good friends that I have now. I would have simply locked myself away and pretended life didn't exist. Because trust me, I did that for a while. But you can't live like that. That's not healthy. It might feel good in the moment. It might temporarily help you, but it's not going to help you long term. Learn to live again. A quote from Tony Robbins that I always find really good. Oh, yep, Tony Robbins, another podcast to go and listen to. Another quote of Tony Robbins is, I'm going to probably butcher it, but you'll get the gist. We only ever get what we tolerate. We only ever get what we tolerate. If we are getting shit in life, it's because we're tolerating it. If other people are treating us like shit in our life, it's because we tolerate it. If we get anything less than the respect we deserve, it's because we tolerate it. That is my takeaway on that quote. Do not tolerate anything less than you deserve. And listen to me now when I say you deserve everything. Do not let this consume you. If you have been through this, do not let it consume you. Speak out. There is nothing to be ashamed about speaking out. It's taken me 20 years to be able to speak about it. But already, me speaking out about this has helped others. Me speaking out about this has freed me. Hopefully me speaking out about this has prevented others going through this. And if they ever did, they know there's places to turn and they're not alone. Speaking out about it doesn't make you weak. It is the opposite. Speaking out about this will give you a strength that you didn't know you had. Learn to live again. Now again, I will put our email in the description below. Do not hesitate to reach out. If you need us, we are here. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again on the next episode of The Mindful Guy.
If you like what you hear and you want to see more, click the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, or leave us a comment in the comment section, and I'll see you again on the next episode of The Mindful Guy.